discussed yesterday in the previous class about the introduction of fluid mechanics. What is fluid? What is fluid statics, fluid dynamics, and what are the various applications of fluid. So we found that fluid is everywhere, and in each and every part of our life, fluid is involved. Then further we discussed about the fluid and the solid. How do we differentiate with the help of shear stress, right? And then we discussed how do we differ between the liquid and the gases, right? About the free surface and other things. Then we discussed the various categories of fluid mechanics, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Then why should we study the fluid mechanics? So we saw the various applications where all we can use, and then we discussed about the books, right? So today we'll be starting with the properties of fluid. But before moving to properties of fluid, let me discuss one concept regarding the continuum. Right? So,
Yes, sir.
what a fluid or any other substance for that matter is basically composed of large number of molecules, right? And these molecules are in constant motion, especially in liquid or gases. In solid, they are closely bound. But in liquid and gases, these molecules are in continuous motion, and they are undergoing collision with each other, right? And so the matter therefore is discontinuous or discrete at the microscopic level. Microscopic level means at the molecular level. But in principle, it is possible to study the mechanics of a fluid by studying the motion of the molecules themselves, right? As it has been done, or as it is done in kinetic theory or statistical mechanics. But we are generally interested in the gross behavior of the fluid, right? That is, we are generally interested in the average behavior or average manifestation of the molecular motion. For example, when we are looking at the definition of pressure, right? The forces that are exerted on the boundaries of a container due to constant bombardment of molecules, right? The statistical average of these forces per unit area is called pressure, and it is a macroscopic property, right? ये आप लोगों ने मेरे ख्याल से I suppose you might have studied this definition in the class 12th. Kinetic theory of gases भी पढ़ा होगा शायद. So as long as we are not interested in the mechanism of the origin of the pressure, we can actually ignore the molecular motion and think of this pressure as a simply force per unit area, right? So what I am trying to say is that basically fluid mechanics or the behavior of the fluid is at the molecular level, but we are interested at actually at the macroscopic level, right? And this is possible if we ignore the discrete molecular structure of the matter and replace it by a continuous distribution called continuum. So for the continuum or a macroscopic approach to be valid, the size of the flow system, the size of the flow system basically is characterized by the size of the body in which the flow is taking place, right? So the size of the flow system must be much larger than the mean free path of the molecules. Mean free path means the distance between the two molecules when they are free to move, right? So continuum idealization basically allows us to treat properties as a point function. ये अपन ने point function को thermodynamics में भी पढ़ा था, right? तब मैंने आपको, if you remember, I gave an example of water bottle, right?
Yes, sir.
है ना? Then I told you that if this water bottle is continuously shaking and all the molecules are continuously shaking, or they are moving in the haphazard way, then it will be very difficult to calculate the properties. So what we did, we calculated the properties of any system at equilibrium condition, and then we said that okay, these properties are a point function. So similarly, what we are saying here is that we will be treating these properties as point functions, and for that we will be taking this hypothesis of continuum. We will be assuming the fluid system at a macroscopic level, right? And so if we are assuming that properties to be a point system, then they will be continuous in space and there will be no jump discontinuities. Okay? So there will be no discontinuities. And this idealization of continuum is valid as long as the size of the system we deal with is large relative to the space between the molecules. Okay? And this is the case in practically all the problems whatever we will be dealing with, except some specialized ones, है ना? जब बिल्कुल हम मॉलिकुलर लेवल पे या बहुत ही स्मॉल स्पेसेस की बात करेंगे तब एक बात अलग है, बट जनरली जो हम प्रॉब्लम्स में डील करेंगे दे विल बी in all those cases we will be able to easily apply the concept of continuum, right? Now just to give you the sense of the distances involved at the molecular level, so just consider a container which is filled with oxygen, right? Suppose there is a container and that is filled with oxygen molecules and they are traveling here and there, right? Whatever may be the velocity and whatever may be the direction of the velocity. So just to give you an idea what are the figures that are involved, so this is at the atmospheric condition, right? So basically the diameter of oxygen molecules is about 3 into 10 raised power minus 10 meters, right? और अगर मास की बात करें तो मास is nearly 5.3 into 10 raised power minus 26 kg. You just see what level of figures are involved, right? And the mean free path at 1 atmosphere pressure for oxygen molecule is pressure, and basically at nearly 20 degrees centigrade is 6.3 into 10 raised power minus 8 meters, right? And so what does this mean? Mean free path basically that an oxygen molecule travels this much distance before it collides with another molecule. So दो ऑक्सीजन मॉलिक्यूल्स के बीच की कोलिजन के लिए इतना डिस्टेंस उसको ट्रेवल करना होता है, एंड दिस इज एक्चुअली नियरली 200 टाइम्स ऑफ डायमीटर, राइट? सो ऑल्सो अगर हम इसमें बात करें, सपोज इसका जो वॉल्यूम है वो 1 मिलीमीटर क्यूब है, तो इसके अंदर if I say that this is at 1 atm pressure and 20 degrees centigrade, right? So this, the number of molecules कितने होते हैं?
into 10.
10 is power 16.
Yes, sir.
So what I am trying to say is that there are lot of molecules in a small volume, right? So despite the large gaps between the molecules, a substance can be treated as continuum because of the large number of molecules, even in a very extremely small volume, right? So let me write down this point, that despite the large gaps between molecules, a substance can be treated as a continuum because of the very large number of molecules, even in an extremely small volume, right? So this is the reason that we can assume that the fluid can be treated as a continuous matter, or the continuum model can be applied on this fluid system, as long as the characteristic length of the system is much larger than the mean free path. What is the condition? The characteristic
must be larger.
length of the system must be larger, much larger than mean free path of the molecules, right? So this is the condition, and this is true in most of the cases, right? कुछ exceptions होते हैं that like at very high vacuums or at very high elevations, है ना? Like when atmospheric pressure is about 0.1 meter at an elevation of nearly 100 kilometers, तब ये continuum का concept नहीं लगा पाएंगे, and then there we use the concept of rarefied gas flow theory or the kinetic theory of gases, right? So this is basically the concept of continuum. Basically, what is it? We are treating the fluid as a continuous matter because we are interested only at the macroscopic level, not at the microscopic level, right? So we are treating the fluid system or the fluid matter as at a macroscopic level, right? So this was about the continuum.